The new year is here once again. In a way, it is funny how we humans perceive it. A simple transition from one day to the next, yet we imbued with the weight of transformation. We feel an urge to change ourselves in some way, to set goals, to achieve, to become something new. And yet, all around us, nature is deeply asleep, resting in stillness. I've been reading a book called Slow Productivity, which offers a beautiful perspective on how taking things slowly and focusing on one task at a time leads to greater results than rushing through life in a haze of busyness. It shares stories of Marie Curie, Jane Austen, Copernicus, and other great figures of history. People who seem to have possessed an extraordinary ability to produce, to innovate, and even to change the world. But when you look closely at their lives and careers, you see that their achievements took years, sometimes decades, to take shape. Their productivity was slow, deliberate, and deeply meaningful. Inspired by these figures, I've been trying to embrace slowness myself. I've taken time to watch the first rays of winter sunlight, to marvel at the delicate frost patterns on my window, and to stand in quiet awe of winter's wonders. Hello! It is super cold today. Super cold, but extremely beautiful. I think the extremely cold makes the most beautiful weathers. I mean, I know you cannot see it from my camera, but everything is covered in this frost. It's like a sugar coating. Maybe you see in here, like everything. And it's just, everything is light blue and just really frozen. Like the whole scenery is frozen, and I'm just enjoying this so much. I'm out here with our dog Rover. He's out there somewhere. And our neighbor's dog came with us for a walk. Apparently, she just came out of the woods and joined us. That's fun. But anyway, this is so fun. At times, I find myself overwhelmed, my mind cluttered with too many thoughts, and my to-do list just growing longer by the day. I easily fall into the trap of feeling unproductive if I don't do anything. But I'm learning, slowly. Instead of rushing straight into my to-do list, we've spent time outdoors, embracing the season. Finally, the snow is deep enough to go skiing in the fells, our favorite winter activity of all. Slow, aimless wanderings through nature with a thermos of hot coffee and no sense of urgency. When skiing across the snow-covered fells, surrounded by an endless white world, there is no destination. But that doesn't mean the journey isn't worth taking. Whew. It's getting dark already. It's maybe 2-ish p.m. Kippis. How do you feel?
Dark physically, not mentally. Yeah. The nature in this part of the Finland is very extremely quiet. There's not much, nothing else going on.
You can take the lead, I can eat.
Son will eat a sandwich and I will explain Finnish nature. Very quiet, very quiet. This is what we do sometimes, quite often. More often in the winter than in the summertime. Just ski somewhere and come down somehow.
And always a coffee and lunch break.
Coffee and lunch break.
In the snow.
Yes. To keep us warm and get us some energy.
I am learning that slowing down isn't about doing nothing. It's about doing things with meaning. It's about creating space for what truly matters. I try to remind myself that life is more than just crossing tasks of a list. And yes, this means I may seem to produce less, to fall behind in the relentless rhythm of the modern world. But maybe I'm willing to take that chance. For example, we live in a tiny village, and our house is at its very heart. Not only that, but it's the oldest house here, and nearly everyone in the village has some connection to its story. We always have to keep baking supplies on hand, since visitors often drop by. Neighbors who don't make appointments or call ahead, since that just isn't the way we do things here, but who simply know when we are home. They come in, settle into our rocking chairs, sip coffee slowly, and share stories of the village and our home's past. There have been many times when I've had to stop everything I'm doing, whether I'm filming a video, editing, writing, cooking, cleaning, to welcome our guests, sit with them, listen, and share coffee. I won't pretend it's always easy to pause a moment of creative flow to seemingly do nothing, but I'm learning. And I really love that we have created a home where our neighbors feel welcome, and I will do everything I can do to nurture that. I will take a breath, set aside my tasks, and be present for the people in my life, since everything else can wait. Slow living teaches us to find joy in the small, everyday moments, the pieces of happiness we choose for ourselves. For me, it is music, books, knitting, nature, our quiet village and its people, moments spent with coffee and a sweet pastry that, according to my daily schedule, took way too long to make, but it was absolutely worth it with the first bite. As I often remind both you and myself, I am on this journey with you. I am learning too, probably forever. I still want to choose slowness over frantic busyness, a state not a single soul seems to enjoy, yet somehow we all keep choosing. Aren't we funny creatures? Perhaps the hardest part is unlearning the habit of urgency, reminding ourselves that life is not a race. There is no grand prize for always being the busiest. What if we measured our days not by how much we accomplished, but by how much we noticed?